Hi everybody, we're continuing this week with working on the equity valuation model, and this week what we're working with is the cost of capital assumption to figure out what is going to be your cost of capital, the discount rate, and then use that and estimate the value of the stock. So what I did was I used the CAPM model to kind of come up with the risk-free rate and the beta of the stock and the market rate risk assumption, and then using that to basically come up with the Nike discount rate. So I want you guys to do that for your stock, but this is basically the uh, current 10-year US bond. That's the one thing to know. And then these are basically estimation where I thought the interest rates would go. I mean, this is kind of like saying in a couple of years it may be at 4.5, or hey, in 10 years maybe it's going to be 7. So something to think about. And we'll talk a little bit more about this in a minute. But use this to kind of plug in the inputs so you can get your own discount rate. So this is something that we could actually figure out what is the discount rate, and then what we end up doing is use the different discount rate with the growth rate to see how it impacts the stock. So let's see here. I think I had I'm using 7.9, 8.6, and 9.3. So I basically end up using the three of these here, 7.9, and I get a stock value of 61, 8.6, and I end up getting 52, and then 9.3, end up getting 45. So basically what I want you guys to do is end up doing an output page where you do kind of like a matrix. What if we had low rates and low growth or mid growth or high growth, and you kind of just see what's like, what is the impact of having low rates, and then what's the impact in the mid rate, what is the impact of growth. Obviously we could see that growth increases the value, lower growth decreases the value. I think we knew that, but with rates we can see that higher rates decrease the value all across the board. Of course, higher rates decrease the value. And we can also see that where we are right now is kind of in the mid growth and the mid rate. That's actually the Nike price right now. So it's interesting to see um, in the expectations of the future what is causing the stock price. Because keep in mind that when you're expecting growth and rates, you don't know which one in the future is deviating more. So we have to count both and a mix of both. So this is what we're looking at. And they're both very, very impactful on the stock. I mean, look, just a small difference in rates can have a huge difference in stock price. So something I want you guys to kind of feel and play around with, and create this output sheet.